In a bid to increase electricity production, the coalition government, through the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated, has commissioned 3 power plants under its tenure. In this InfoHub Extended, Shaquille Bourne reflects on the company's efforts to improve power generation across the country.
In 2016, President David Granger allocated emergency funding to improve mathematics performance at the NGSA. The $3.8 million project saw 1,400 grades 4 to 6 teachers trained in several learning methods in November 2017. Grade 6 teachers were trained in the delivery of the following topical areas: fractions, decimals, percentage, measurement, statistics, and geometry. Grade 5 and 4 teachers were trained in number place value, counting skills, operations or computation, and number operations. The investment has paid off with a 4.8% national increase in mathematics at the 2019 NGSA.
December 28 is now a special day for the Guyana-Mazaruni region. It marks the day in which the coalition government would have continued on its promise to provide safe and reliable electricity to the region through the commissioning of a 3.3 megawatt power plant.
And for you, Barticans, the plant will strengthen your role and your position as the leading community, the hub of development of the Guyana-Mazaruni region. The plant demonstrates your government commitment to Bartica and its commitment to the Guyana-Mazaruni region. It signals the continued success of your government's efforts to improve the quality of life of citizens and at the same time to enable an environment conducive to business development.
During the feature address, President Granger also emphasized the role energy security plays in the government's energy policy. As such, the president noted that energy security is the driving force of human development in the Bartica Township, thereby making integration of the power plant even more critical. With this $800 million power plant, the head of state expressed his confidence that its generation capacity will not only meet the township's demands, but exceed them. President Granger also assured that his government will ensure the decade of development transforms the energy sector through incentives for energy producers who wish to supply power to both the national grid and rural communities. During remarks, Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable David Patterson, highlighted plans to transform Bartica into a green town.
Plans are afoot to install a 1.5 megawatt solar PV farm with storage in Bartica. This project is currently in the procurement stage, with international bids opening on January 7, 2020. The supply of electricity from renewable sources will further be increased by connecting the power supply in Bartica with the planned 1 megawatt hydropower plant to be built by the GEA at Ikiribisi.
Meanwhile, Regional Chairman of the Guyana-Mazaruni region, Gordon Bradford, highlighted the hurdles the Bartica Township endured under the previous administration.
Year after year, we had several visits from ministerial officials and officials from Guyana Power and Light. But sometimes it was seen, looking so frustrating that this would never become a reality until the advent of the APNU AFC coalition government. And I know that Minister Patterson would recall with me when he and Minister Annette Ferguson visited, and we toured the plant. And of course the complaints were there, the concerns. And I remember him saying to me, "Brady, don't worry. We have already ordered 3 brand new units. All you have to do is to make that effort to find a suitable area where we can recite the plant."
Bartica's new power plant is outfitted with 3 1.1 high-speed diesel engines. The older power plant is approximately 18 years old and lacks the capacity to fully supply the township.
Over in Regina on the Essequibo coast, GPL continued its program of expanding its power generation capacity. Last year, the standard of living in Region 2 got a significant boost with the commissioning of a 5.4 megawatt power plant.
Residents hailing from communities along the Essequibo coast welcomed the new power plant, which they say was long promised under the previous administration.
All these appliances and stuff, people think it's damaging and things, so, I think it would be a great help, man.
In the past, we were getting frequent blackout. People getting their fridge damaged, the chicken damaged because they got them in the fridge. Right now, the power plant will benefit the people in the community and on the whole coast.
Usually we will buy stuff, pack it up in the fridge for weeks of blackout, just a few hours, it will spoil, so people will spend less. So this is a really, really wonderful initiative, and we are so appreciative of it.
At the commissioning of the power plant, Divisional Director of Projects at GPL, Ryan Ross, praised the establishment of the power plant, which contributes to sustainable energy production.
This facility is also equipped with an incinerator, which will seek to have us conduct our operations in a more environmentally friendly manner. Again, over the years, our facilities in Essequibo have been challenged in this regard, and we're looking to do better at this time.
According to the project director, the commissioning of the power plant breaks new ground for the power utility company, representing a significant turning point for the future of energy generation in Guyana.
This new facility has also closed a chapter in the history of GPL. Essequibo Coast is now fully 60 cycle. It's fully converted from 50 cycle. As some of us may know, we inherited the 50 cycle system from the British, but in this part of the Western Hemisphere, 60 cycle is predominant, and Guyana has adopted the National Electric Code, which has its electrical standard, which is predominantly a North American standard and speaks to 60 cycle operation. So, as of now, there is no other 50 cycle within GPL. This was the last of the 50 cycle remaining in Guyana.
Addressing the gathering of residents, local leaders, and government officials, Minister Patterson said the facility is also equipped with 3 standby containerized cassettes with a generation capacity of 5 megawatts.
You're probably better off than, well, you are better off than Demerara because you have about 100% redundancy.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Moses Nagamutu, delivered the feature address.
All of these things are important for Guyana, the uniform supply of electricity. All these things are coming to you from a government that has promised you to deliver.
Almost a year ago in March 2019, GPL sought to once again strengthen the generation capacity of the Demerara-Berbice interconnected system.
Cane Field had a generating capacity of just 4.5 megawatts. This was provided by a 40-plus-year-old Merle's Blackstone engine. This unit had accumulated 130,000 hours running hours, and even with the best of maintenance, its reliable operation could not be guaranteed.
That was Lyndon Edwards, project manager of GPL, speaking at the commissioning of the 4.5 megawatt Cane Field power station. As a result of the decades-old power plant, residents in the Berbice County had to rely on power from power plants in the Demerara County, which had proven incapable of meeting their electricity demands. As a result of these issues, GPL invited international bidders to bid for the procurement and construction of the Cane Field's 5.5 megawatt engine. These works were designed by local contractor Home Designs and Associates. In March 2018, factory testing began and were witnessed by GPL personnel. Chief Executive Officer Albert Gordon noted that the Cane Field project is part of the wider objective to increase GPL's energy generation. This move is set to mitigate any break in the Demerara-Berbice Interconnected System, DBIS, particularly Line 16, which is the Sophia to Good Hope link. The CEO also announced GPL's plans for eco-friendly energy.
Consistent with the theme of sustainability, we are also looking to add renewable energy to the grid. So we'll be adding about 30 megawatts of solar PV directly into the Demerara-Berbice interconnected grid. And that will be complemented with storage battery storage, which is now a viable and critical component of modern utilities.
According to the CEO, the incorporation of renewable energy will improve the cost to customers and reduce instability in the DBIS. This is in keeping with the government's Green State Development Strategy Vision 2040 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 7, which seeks to ensure access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy. Commissioning the power plant was the Public Infrastructure Minister who emphasized that the facility's construction is directly a product of President Granger's vision.
We also will be installing 10 megawatts of wind into the grid. As well as, and the idea is obviously is to have, as the CEO explained, is solar with storage because that's variable. But we would like to disperse it in various areas around the country. So I know that we are looking at 3 different locations, so 3 locations of 10 megawatts each for our solar, and we're also in discussions with the government of the People's Republic of China to put 4 megawatts of solar, I think it's in Kurukururu.
Presently, the generation power at GPL stands at 142 megawatts, while the peak demand pegs at 124.6 megawatts. This allows for a 17.4 megawatt reserve, which falls below the internationally required standard of 20% of power generation.
As part of the long-term plans for GPL, Minister Patterson committed to transitioning the company's grid to be powered by 100% natural gas. In off-grid areas, the government intends to continue power communities by renewable energy sources. This has been InfoHub Extended. Thanks for watching. Goodbye now.
Since 2015, GWI has invested $8 billion in water improvement along the coast. 62,000 residents were afforded first-time access to potable water. With the construction of 3 water treatment plants, more than 50,000 residents benefited from improved water quality. Areas and beneficiaries included Barnwell North, Friendship Squatting Area, Waikabra, Kurukuru, Great Diamond, Timeri North, Kalicharan, Lachman Singh and Chansan Road on the east bank of the Marara, Durban Backlands with 3,000 residents, and Cornelia Ida to Fellowship, 31,200 residents.